these NBA playoffs, man, are great. Udonis Haslem had such perfect comments today regarding Jimmy Butler. What show was that on? Was that on I know he was on Get Up this morning, and I know he was on First Take this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it
regardless.
was First Take. I believe it was First Take.
Udonis essentially said, Jimmy has this moniker, Playoff Jimmy. And so you're expecting as a viewer to see someone like LeBron in the playoffs just take over a team. And Udonis was like, Jimmy's a smart player and he'll prey on your weaknesses. But he said, LeBron, you throw whatever you want to throw at LeBron, he's going to get his. D Wade, throw whatever you want to throw at D Wade, he's going to get his. But Jimmy's not that talent level. And Udonis likes Jimmy. Like, he wasn't throwing shade at him, but he's like, he's got this moniker, Playoff Jimmy. So you're expecting LeBron or D Wade or Kobe when it's the postseason, and he doesn't have that skill level. He'll exploit your weaknesses. But if you take away those abilities, he's got nothing. And that's what he gave you. He gave you, Udonis is like, he gave you everything he could give you last night. He's just not that elite level of player that can break through the obstacles that are there to stop him. And he's right. He's 100% right. You can turn Jimmy Butler into an ordinary player. You cannot turn LeBron, D Wade. You couldn't turn Kobe, Magic, Larry Bird. You could never turn them into ordinary players, MJ. You can do that to Jimmy Butler. He just happens to have the moniker Playoff Jimmy.
Unless it's J.J. Barea in the 2011 NBA Finals. Then he's turning LeBron into the worst player the NBA has ever seen. Hawk, but he had his averages yesterday, 17, 6, and 6. I mean, right. He had his averages. The thing
when
is,
your back's against the wall and you have to have, if it's win or go home, like the elite level of superstar, to hit my averages is so far beneath what I'm going to give you tonight.
Right.
Jimmy can't do that.
But I disagree because I've seen him do that. I've seen him in the NBA Finals in 2020 when the Miami Heat lose Goran Dragic and they lose Bam Adebayo. I've seen him morph into playoff Jimmy. I've seen him be able to go off for 40. I've seen him go score 56 in a playoff game. He's capable of doing it on every so often basis, not a game-by-game basis. Here's the reason why I think Warriors fans are frustrated. They didn't get it once. They had 4 opportunities. They stole game 1 with Steph missing most of that game. They stole game 1. They had 4 opportunities after that to get that game from playoff Jimmy, the guy who showed everybody he could play to that standard in the postseason, and they didn't get it one game. They got a 33-point game, but they still lost almost by double digits. He couldn't win one game by himself. Not one.
Yeah, it was frustrating. We played that sound from San Francisco radio. Like they couldn't believe. It's pump fake, pump fake, pump fake, pass it out, kick it out. But that's kind of what Udonis is saying. And by the way, it's who we know Jimmy is. He was very clear. He needs a Steph Curry. He needs a Dame Lillard. And, man, he gets exposed when he doesn't have that. But when I say exposed, I'm not saying exposed as a below-average player. I'm saying he gets exposed as not being LeBron or D Wade or MJ, if you consider that being exposed.
Remember in the NBA Finals in 2023? He kind of had a bum ankle because this Josh Hart took him out, that dirty player that he was. But you go play the Denver Nuggets. You're down 3-1. Nuggets have a chance in Game 5 to close it out. This is the game. Jimmy, go score 50 points. Send it back to Miami. Give yourself a chance, right? And he had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And it's not like he played bad, but wasn't playoff Jimmy. You want to bang your head against the wall because you see the 56-point game against Milwaukee. You saw one of the greatest individual performances in the NBA Finals in the bubble in 2020 where he literally puts the team on his back, and then you see 17, 6, and 6 yesterday in a closeout game, and you're saying, huh, what the
But
hell?
here's the thing, though. Anyone in the NBA is capable of doing that. We saw it with Ty Jerome, where all of a sudden I'm not kidding you, where there's a game that's just like, where is that guy? That guy's spectacular. Jimmy had that game in a couple of high-profile instances, got the moniker playoff Jimmy. And so it probably ends up hurting him in the postseason because he can't do that. And again, I'm not comparing him to Ty Jerome because he's a hell of a lot better than Ty Jerome. But my point is, he's going to give you his averages. Nothing to sneeze at, but it ain't going to lead you to a win over Minnesota in a do or die game.
Ty Jerome. What do you think he averaged against the Pacers in the second round? I didn't want to look it up.
Probably non-existent, right? Like 3, 1, and 0.
8 points per game. Oh, that makes me sick.
I mean, this guy cooked us. Just cooked the Heat.
28 points from Ty Jerome in that game one. 28 points.